Hi, good morning, good evening, whichever time zone you are in. So now let's come to class 4, SQL concepts for beginners, basics of SQL concepts for beginners, class 4. So what is the agenda for today's class? So agenda for today's class is we'll be discussing about DCL, data control language commands, and you will be covering this aliases, column aliases, table aliases, and how to merge two or more tables, okay, and how to insert multiple insert statements. So one of the common interview question in an interview, they will ask how to insert multiple records at a time using a SQL, single SQL query thing. Okay, so these are the common, this is one of the common interview question, how to insert the data, multiple records at a time with single SQL statement. Okay, so now let's see that. Sometimes they will ask without a select statement also. So that we will see now. Okay, so now let's go to our guide. So you can go through the page number 20. Okay, so if you're looking for this SQL beginners guide, SQL for beginners guide. Okay, so I will providing this material as a free of cost. So just you need to text me in WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. So what is meant by this DCL command? So DCL is nothing but a data control language. Okay, so data control language where we'll be having access, like controlling the, controlling the data. Okay, so here we will be having access like or giving the permission to the respective table or user on a particular table and so on. So normally in database, we'll be having different types of users like business user, developer user. Okay. So based on that, they will give permissions. So DBA will give permission to this command. Okay. So here normally, so as a developer, if working as a ETL developer, normally we don't have we don't get opportunity to work on this command. So only DBA has control of everything. So then how to work with this comments? Okay. In case if you are practicing in your system, so what are the things that are required? Okay. So we need a syntax. Okay. So there is a syntax called to give permissions. So to give the privileges, to give a new person onboarded to that team. So there we need to assign as a like a development. They is working in a data set development. Okay, take an example. So in that case, what we can do is we need to give a permission to that particular person. So what is the syntax for that? Using grant. What kind of privileges? Select privileges on that object, on the object name. Okay. Grant privileges on the object name to the user. Okay. So we'll be using here grant select on the table to Sudha. So this is the syntax. And the next one is what are the actions? So like only select access means it will only you can only restrict the access to select. Okay, so you cannot insert the data and all. Okay, normally production database will have only select access for especially developers. So if you tried with their user ID, so they will have only select access. Okay, so they'll be having a batch user ID. So batch user ID, they will have access for DML and DDL. Okay. So they can choose the what type of access they want to give to the user. Okay. So another method of granting the access, grant all on student to user Sudha with the grant option. So this is one of the options so that we will give entire permission, all permissions we can give. Okay. So once the permissions are given, so then how to revoke the access? Suppose a person left the company, so we need to revoke all his access, right? So he's no longer in the company. So what is the syntax? So same way, instead of grant, will be use revoke select on student from Sudha. Okay. So, and the revoke access on respective category. Okay. So normally in if you perform any insert activity or update activity in a production database, so basically what happens is you will be they will be providing a data mart. Okay. So once the data mart they provide, like it's a one type of access where you can insert, update, and delete the data. Okay, so to revoke the access with your ID, so they will have this statement like revoking the access to that data for TDP or DMOT some for a specific batch ID to your name. So then you cannot operate this that access actually. So that is the way to they will revoke your access. Okay. So normally this is and all just you should have a basic idea, but if you're working, I mean, trying a job as a data stage, the database admin, and you should have this full control, and you should have full information and knowledge on this, sound knowledge on this DRL, DCL command, data control language commands. Okay, now let's move on to the using aliases. What is the next topic? Using aliases. What is meant by alias? Alias is nothing but an alternate name to a table. Okay. So here I will create a table. So what is the table that we have? We have a table called stud. Okay. So let's execute this SQL here. So we have a table called stud. Execute this. Okay. Select star from student. Student one. Oh, multiple. Okay. We're able to get the data. So what I will do is I will create one more table, student, from this main table. Okay. So here the table in query has been executed. So to check the connectivity, you can reconnect to SQL DBX. Okay. So this is the SQL DBX. Just I will show this tool to you. So this is for to practice any database. So you can connect to any database. Okay, it supports all databases. So not cloud databases. Okay, so any traditional RDBMS databases. Okay, so like DB2, Teradata, Oracle, Sybase, Infomix, all this stuff. Okay, so we can connect to the database. Okay, so now two tables has been created. So what is an alias? So basically, alias is classified into two types. One is table alias and the column alias. Okay, so suppose if you want to select the data on a particular table. Okay, so here I will show you with an example. So select star from student as yes. So yes is nothing but an alternate name for that particular table. And I need here number is there. So select. So I need to give column alias. Okay, so just now we have given the table alias. So then how to give the column alias? Number is there. So syntax for that column name yes. So I am giving the student name, student number. Okay, comma, next name. So name for that alias is student std name, comma, and S marks. So S marks for this syntax is S marks as student marks. Here is from, so from where we are pulling stud, from student table. Okay, so just execute this query. So here the alias names only will be displayed in the report, the output result. Student number, okay, student name, okay, to student marks and all. So this is for column alias. Okay, even if you don't mention this as also, that's fine. So it will consider uh, the alias name. Okay, so as generally will be used. If you don't use as also fine. See, no change. So here I will make some change here. NU. Okay, NU. Okay. So this is the way to use the column alias. Okay, so what is the next topic for today is how to insert, okay, merging two tables and multiple inserts. Okay, now let's discuss this. So how to insert multiple records at a single SQL query. Okay, so we can insert like this, insert into table name uh, from the one more table name. Okay, so here what I will do is I will delete the data in a student table. So delete from stud1. Okay, so I will press commit. So commit is to commit the data. Okay, so select star from so now let's check the data here. Nothing is there. So I want to insert the data. Insert into. So how to insert multiple rows at a time? Student one. Select star from table name we had. This is the syntax. Select star from student table. Okay. So student table has some data. You can check this also here. It has data, right? Now I will insert the data into student table one. Okay. Now let's check the data. Student one. Run. So earlier data was not there. Now student table one data is there. Okay. So this is one of the so we can insert multiple records at a time. So in interview they will ask this question like without using select statement, how to use this thing. Insert all, 1 second before going to multiple insert. Okay, so here you can use this syntax called insert all into student like this. Okay, so like select star from your department number. So this is a syntax. Okay, so 3 rows will be inserted. Let us execute this. Second. So here this codes issue. Just I will correct it in Notepad. Then I will. Okay. So BBB. Okay. So here now multiple rows are inserted in student table 1. Okay. So now student table. Execute the query. 3 numerical records has been inserted. ABP something. Okay. AAA. Okay. You can see here. Let's 1 second. I'll lift this up a little bit up. Okay. So you can see this here. So these are the 3 records that have been inserted. Okay. So I'm committing the data. Now we will run the query. Okay. 3 records. Okay. So this is the multiple insert. Okay. So now let's move on to. Okay. So if you can insert specific field method also. So my value should be this. Okay. So like that. Okay. So this is the syntax for specific field method. Insert with duplicate rows. So if we can insert the records with the duplicates rows. If it is greater than 3 records will be inserted at multiple times. Okay. So 3 records will be inserted at multiple times. And condition based inserts also we can insert the data. If it is sales, then insert this value. Condition based insert. Okay. So normally these and all as a ETL developer, we want to use this kind of inserts in depth level. So just for knowledge sake, can go through this. Okay, condition based. Okay, so condition based inserts and all. Okay, yeah. So with this multiple inserts topic got over. Now let's move on to the another topic, that is how to merge 2 tables. How to combine 2 tables. So to combine 2 tables, we'll be using here merge syntax. How to using the merge. So okay, so 2 tables when we can merge and we can perform insert and updates. Okay, so I have table student 1 and student is S2. If S1 is equal to S2, then update S marks for this S1 to S2. Okay. So now let's check this. Let's execute this. So here we are merging these 2 tables, student 1 table and student table on a particular column. Whenever data is matched, so we are updating the marks in student 1 table. And when it is not matched, and we need to insert this new records. Okay. So here now let's execute this. So in our case, we have inserted few new records, right? Like names. Okay. So let's check with the student. And select star from student 1. Okay, so here you can check few records are not there. Okay, so what you can do is student table it is there. So I will consider student 1 table as the first table. Okay, so this is the student 1 table, and this one I will make it as a student table S2. If S1 is equal to S2, then whenever it is match, otherwise I will make name. What is the name here? Name. Okay. So instead of number, I will take name. Okay. A name me. name. When name is matched, so wherever name records are there now, whenever name is matched, so here we'll be updating. We'll be updating. 1 second. S marks. S marks. So here we need to consider S marks. Okay. Set marks as S marks. Okay. So S1 table we are updating. Okay. So S1 number name S marks. Okay. S marks. Okay. So here we are inserting if this data is not matched. Whenever names are not matched, when matched, we have to update that. Okay, so if it is not matched, okay, so if it is not matched, so what happens? New records will be inserted. Okay, so I will execute this query. So this is about merging two tables, merge syntax. Okay. Merge got completed. Now we need to check the student table 1. Execute the select statement. Yeah. So here the existing data has been updated and again new records has been inserted. Okay. So this is the way to use the merge syntax. Okay. So I'm stopping it for today. So in tomorrow's class, we'll discuss a new topic. So that is functions. So what are the functions that we have? String functions, date functions. So this and all very, very important, especially if you want to make some alteration in the data. Okay, so these are the functions. Okay, so just I will give overview now. So functions, single group, group functions, single group functions. So these are the function topics. Okay, so in tomorrow's class we will discuss this. So I'm stopping it for today. Thanks for watching this video. So if you're looking for any data stage training, data stage on-job support, you can text me in the given WhatsApp number. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.